Okay, KJ, would you like to give us a few details on the story of Paper Mario?
Okay, so the overall story is Bowser has stolen the Star Rod, and basically he's decided, yo, I'm gonna try to take Peach once again. So basically he raises her castle up, and Mario has to save these Elder Stars who've been trapped, and beat Bowser. That's about it.
Yeah, that seems pretty self-explanatory at this point of a Mario game. Just a few quick questions. You said the Star Rod. Is that the same one from the Kirby games?
Fuck.
Don't ask me. I hardly played Kirby games.
No,
I'm
I
guessing
don't.
no. I'm just gonna say no.
All right, fair enough. But have you played Super Mario RPG?
Yes, I have that.
Uh, the stars from this game, are they the same ones from that one?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, the stars in this one have cool facial features. I
Yep.
like Eldstar, the one with the mustache.
Yeah. The first one you rescue,
Yep,
he's a pimp.
he, he definitely is. So KJ, as we mentioned earlier, there's these 7 stars, each with a rather distinct personality. Which one do you think is your favorite?
Let's see, personality-wise, like character-wise.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I really like the first one, honestly. Some of the later ones I never really got into because I don't know. It's just you get them, and then by the time you actually get used to them and stuff, um, you're already beaten the game or something. But I really like the third one too, honestly. But I guess
Uh,
because of his power more than anything.
right. I was about to ask that next. Each of the 7 stars actually grants you a different ability.
Yes.
The first star, I can't remember for the life of me. I know he wasn't very helpful. Um, he actually reminds me a lot of Toadsworth, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Which ability did the third star grant you?
He gave you like that. It was like a star, like
Starstorm.
yeah, star storm, and basically attacked all the enemies on the field.
Oh, the purple star.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably would have been a good idea to look this stuff up ahead of time.
Yeah.
We can edit it in. Don't worry about
Oh.
it. Well, speaking of the characters, Paper Mario features an extensive partner system. One of its unique abilities is to allow specific characters that you get in the story to follow you around both on the map and in battles. And each of these characters has a very distinct, unique personality. Eleni, which one do you think is your favorite?
Lady Bo. Definitely, Lady Bo. She is the coolest of the cool. She bitch slaps everyone. It's awesome. Plus, I think she's the most powerful, honestly. Because out of everyone else, I mean, if you do her fan attack, and you do it right, you can fuck niggas up. It's awesome.
Interesting. I like the fact that you can fuck niggas up. That's pretty cool. Now, what's her field ability? Everyone has something different. What does hers do?
Makes Mario invisible, so all the enemies are just like, what? Where you at?
Does it does it
Woman.
let you dodge items or dodge attacks or whatever?
Yeah, it does. I never thought of that, but it does. Smart. Never thought of doing that.
That's fascinating.
Oh.
KJ, what would you say your favorite is?
Well, this woman doesn't know what she's talking about. Lady Bo sucks ass, first of all.
Sucks ass, Jesus.
Second of all, Watt is where it's at.
Dude, I never
Alright.
use that little fucker.
That little fucker fucks shit up. Please.
He makes the room a little brighter, that's all he does.
He fucking has electric powers.
He's like Pikachu, only not as
Fuck
cute.
Pikachu. Way cuter. He's a baby son with electric powers.
He's a little Sparky, and little Sparky's like, crap! What? Bring it, let's go.
That's okay. I agree. I think Watt's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think my favorite though is well, before I say my favorite, I think the most useless was Sushi, the fish.
Yeah. Wait. She was really good against fuck. Who was it? I think it's the God damn it. Oh, she's really good against the piranha plant boss because her fucking goddamn it, I can't remember the name of the attack, but it would
The water attack, the buffs.
Yeah, that was about the only time she was good though. That and to get across places with water, and that was about it.
Yeah, well, I think my biggest problem is the fact that she's a cheap out of water.
Yeah.
And she's walking around, which is creepy. You're right. She acts as the stereotypical
Asian?
white. No, not Asian.
What?
White mage of the group. She acts as a stereotypical white mage of the group. She has different buffs. And you're right. She is good against the fire boss. But I think every partner is good against the boss that they're previously introduced to.
Yeah. True.
That being said, I think the coolest of all other partners in that game, my specific favorite was the bomb.
Oh yeah, that's
Bombette?
true. Bombette was
Yes,
bitchin'.
Bombette.
It's true.
Yep, I liked the fact that you could set up traps, just set her down and have one of the stupid Koopas with the shades on, one of the nigger Koopas, have them chase you, and they just get boom by the bomb. So I thought that she was one of the more fun characters to use.
That's true. She is pretty fun to use. She's up there for me.
Yeah.
What? Please.
Towards the end of the game, Lackester or Lackalester, whatever the fuck his name is, that goddamn Lakitu, Lakitu.
Yes. Continue, Mrs.
Sure. Anyway, he was fucking awesome because you would go faster if you get on his cloud. I did that all the time.
Oh, everywhere.
I know. You would go in an area where there would only be probably a couple of seconds of walking, but you just hop on him anyway. It was great. Just like the Yoshi on the second one. Man, that shit was awesome. It would just take you everywhere.
We're not talking about the second one.
We'll do the second one later.
We'll do the second one later. But I'm just saying, that's his role, making me go faster.
Yep. And he had useful in-battle abilities, too. He could increase your accuracy with Cloud 9.
Yeah.
Not accuracy, rather, your evasiveness.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. But moving on, I think another big aspect of this game is actually the music.
God. Yeah.
I'm not sure who composed it. I'm not a music buff. But, Eleni, what do you have to say about the music?
The music is awesome!
Oh, that's awesome.
But no, seriously. The music's pretty perfect for the game as far as the oh fuck. See? Hold on.
It's alright.
The environments and stuff like that, it really fits the environments. Like the Ice Palace theme is so awesome. I don't care what you say about that stupid Huff and Puff crap. No, the Ice Palace theme.
Okay, hold on a second. The Ice Palace theme is awesome. I think all the music in the game fits it really well. The desert areas are among my favorite.
Oh, desert
but my favorite. You don't like the desert area?
No, I love the desert area.
Oh, of course, because it's amazing. I mean,
God, especially the boss music.
Yep. That being said, my favorite theme is actually the Tubba Blubba theme.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh yeah, that's true. Tubba Blubba. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, for some reason I thought you meant Puff and Puff. Whatever. Yeah.
And Puff, please.
I hated him. He was the worst boss for me. I really just could not stand him. Every time you'd hit him, those little freaking mini puff things would pop out of him, and it would just aggravate the crap out of me.
So, one of Paper Mario's selling points was the actual visual style to the game. It was introduced on the Nintendo 64, so it was working with limited resources. But the game has a very distinct visual style. Everything, as the name suggests, is made out of paper. And that actually, I think, affects the gameplay somewhat. It makes it a little more difficult to judge jumping distances and such, but it also adds more depth, I think. KJ, what do you think?
Honestly, I really like the visual style for Paper Mario and how it's kind of evolved throughout, the entire series so far, but I always go back to the first one and how it's more hardcore paper than some of the later installments, and I just really like the kind of textures and stuff that are involved.
Yeah. Well, I think the visual style, especially in battles, it gives it a really unique take.
Yeah.
Especially when you compare it to the other Mario RPGs, Super Mario RPG or the Mario and Luigi series. Yep, which are all sprite-based work. This paper style really gives it a style of its own, and I think it's unique. I think it's very pretty. It's visually, aesthetically, it's very appealing. And even though it is, it's the first title, it's not the strongest looking one, especially when you look at the real creativity you have in Super Paper Mario and in Thousand Year Door. I still think the foundation was really strong, and it was a visual treat. What do you think, Eleni?
Don't ask me. Move on. Nothing to
KJ?
see here.
Anything else you wanted to add?
Well, I was just gonna say, you do have to remember it's a Nintendo 64 game, like you mentioned, so it is running off of limited resources, but for a Nintendo 64 game, it looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's important to remember that you have this game and the other big Mario game on the Nintendo 64. That's not Mario Kart. Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
Two drastically different art styles, two drastically different depths of field. One's a fully 3D platformer, and the other is a side scroller to a certain extent, which also has depth.
Yeah.
So it's a lot different than your average anything really. It takes the 2D style and it really excels in that specific area. Yeah.
It plays on it a lot.
Mhm. And I can't remember Paper Mario. That's the one that Thousand Year Door had the abilities, right, where you would fold up into a plane and turn into a boat, or was that Super Paper Mario?
That was Thousand Year Old Door.
Yeah.
Did the original Paper Mario have something like that, or no?
No.
Besides the boots and the hammer, no.
Yeah, you just have boots and hammers, upgrades.
Right. Actually, that's something that I wanted to bring up, because I remember Eleni saying that she's played through the game several times, doing different challenges like minimum hearts and stuff like that. The system has a very RPG-like setup with different badges. You can upgrade your weapons and your boots and such, and you can even change the sound effects, which I thought was really cool. And apart from the battle system, which is turn-based, we forgot to establish that much earlier. It is a turn-based RPG. It does focus on timing as opposed to Final Fantasy game, which is all menu-based. You press A in right time to do extra damage, and I think the entire system works really well. I don't think there's been anything like it, at least in the visual style and the setup. Certainly, we have RPGs that are similar.
Yeah.
But I think overall, Paper Mario, the series in itself, really stands out. From its writing, which I've always loved about all the Mario RPGs, to the characters, to everything. So I think it's a really unique experience that it's really hard to find in any other series, in any other platform.
Shit's hot, yo.
Amazing input from VL, like always.
Hell yeah. I got that fucking ballin' ass shit. Oh, I don't know. You say that there's other RPGs like it. I can't find anything that's ever been like as close to how they got Paper Mario set up. I mean, it's a really weird RPG. It's definitely not normal.
Yeah. Well, the battle system, like I said, it focuses on doing extra damage, like pressing A at the right time. And you're right, not many RPGs do that. I can't actually think of any off the top of my head that do.
Mario and Luigi, that's about it.
Right, but that's another Mario RPG. Yep. And it's the same thing with Super Mario RPG, where you would time the jumps and the attacks. I'm pretty sure there's something else that's like that out there. Well, you don't like that one?
Ah, God, Legend of Seven Stars, no.
Please.
Ooh, KJ, do you like it?
I thought it was really good, honestly. Even though it was kind of like one of the last ones I actually played. I thought it was like a really solid experience. Especially, it looks great since it, even though it's a Super Nintendo game.
Mm-hmm. I actually haven't beaten the game. I always get up to the part where Bowser gets a chain chomp as a weapon, which I thought was amazing. But it seems that not only the visual style, that game seems a lot more, not to sound, I guess, racist in any way, but it seems a lot more Eastern than it is Western, especially when you compare it to, the portable Mario RPG series, which has a lot of quirky writing and some of the best characters ever, like Flawful.
Awful dude, I love that douche. He's so awesome. Oh my god, like you can't even. Oh man, he's so awesome. Seriously, like,
He's just, I mean, come on, right?
Exactly.
See?
I have Fury. It's awesome.
Yeah, he's a cool character. One more thing before we move on to the next aspect. I'd also like to note that in Paper Mario, not only is the writing excellent, but I think the bosses are really creative in the sense that it's always been in games where you'll have like an ice world and a fire world and a mountainous / earth world, and you move from region to region. But Paper Mario takes all of the Mario lore and it actually adapts it and includes it in these regions. So it's not like you're moving from an empty desert to an empty ice area. They actually incorporate enemies from previous games, and sometimes they even made a few new races like those stupid mouses and the Arab-looking toads.
Stupid mouses.
Yeah, the mice. The what are they called? The flaflafas or something. It's whatever.
I like the little bulbobs. Yeah, bulbobs. The little people from the flower fields.
Oh, them.
Yeah.
Flowers.
I think they're cute. They're like little flower people with big noses. They kind of look like shit. You see, my brain's just not gonna work right now. But their faces remind me of the douchebags from Sunshine.
The douchebags.
Not specific at all.
I mean, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. The little people that live in Aldo. I can't think for the life of me because, like, seriously, my brain's just not working. Yeah, Piantas. Oh. They kind of look like it in the face area. Anyway.
Those douchebags. I know what you're talking about now.
Okay, next.
Wait, hold on. Well, one more thing. I'd also like to bring up that I'm pretty sure you guys might disagree, but I think Shy Guy's Toy Box is the best course in any game ever.
Ever?
Well, it's definitely up there. I wish that the Mario Karts and the different games that incorporate levels from other games, like Dry Ruins is in Mario Kart Wii, for example.
Yeah.
I wish they would include levels from Shy Guy's Toy Box because, first of all, you get the amazing Watt there. That was awesome.
It's true. Fuck yeah.
You get to meet Gourmet Guy, who was the fattest Shy Guy I have ever seen.
Oh man, whenever he gets so excited over that cake, I just laugh every time. Oh my god, that's like me every single time I'd like look at cheesecake. It's so great.
Cheesecake is amazing.
Oh my god.
And then one of the best boss fights ever, General Shy Guy. He's a white Shy Guy. What a Nazi complex. That's awesome.
No. Actually, yeah, they should. Honestly, they should use that. It's really creative in terms of, like, background, so it'd be really easy and fun to have, like, a Mario Kart course for it.
Yeah, a nice, bright, and colorful course. I mean, we had Baby Park in Double Dash. It was an 8-lap course. It was hell, but it was fun. And it was bright and colorful, and I definitely think that they can adapt, if not a Mario Kart course, maybe like in Mario Party. I think it's perfect for Mario Party.
That too, actually, yeah. Be a great board.
It's cool, but definitely not the coolest. Call me lame, but I always thought that Bowser's Castle and Peach's Castle together are probably like my favorite parts of the game. Like, they were hard as fuck whenever I tried doing it with only so much HP. But I think it was like 15. But it was so much fun, like every other time. I ain't gonna lie, it was horrible whenever I was trying to do it with the 15 HP. It was hard as hell and not fun. But
Wow. How much did you save when you were doing that run?
like every time that I ever walked by a save block, like even whenever I was just like whenever I would go to Flower Fields, like it's right there. You could just go through this door. I would literally after every after I would go through every like little area that you'd have to go in a specific order through each of the directions. Every time I'd
Yep.
come back, I'd go save, and I'd go sleep, then save, and then I'd come back and do it again and again. I'd even go because whenever you do stuff like that, especially with Paper Mario, the way that I got through it was definitely items and how you used your BP, because if you didn't use your strategy that way, I mean you were pretty much going to be fucked from the beginning. So it's cool though.
Right.
Yeah, you don't
Right.
have to put that in the thing. I was just telling y'all that.
No, actually, we will, and I'm gonna edit this part in the beginning because we didn't talk about the actual mechanics. So we'll do it right now, really quick. Paper Mario features you have HP, you have your badge points, and your flower points. And your HP is obviously your hit points, your heart points, whatever you want to call them. It's your basic life. You drop to 0, you lose. I think you max out at what, 50 or is it 45?
50.
50? Okay. So you take as much damage. You take that much damage, you die, get game over, whatever. You're used to that by now. You have your badge points, which you collect badges throughout the game that have different effects. And as you equip badges, you allocate the points. So, if one badge takes up 2 points, one badge takes up 3 points, whatever. And then I think, do they all max out at 50, or?
I don't know. I don't usually max them all out. I'm pretty sure they all do max out at 50, though. I'm not sure about the badge points, but I know for sure that the FP and the HP max out at 50. Badge points, I'm not sure. I think they may max out less than 50, to be honest with you.
Because don't you get, 3 each time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. And then really quick, the FP, the flower power, which sounds really gay now that I think about it. The flower power is your basic magic stat, if you would compare it to any other game. And if I'm recalling correctly, you actually share it with your partner, right?
Yeah, it's not like on the second one. It's different, but yeah, you share it with your partner.
Right. So then you'd be able to use special moves, your partner's special moves, Mario's special jumps, and such. And the game is turn-based, so you would select your moves, and then you would attack, and then your enemy would rape you, and you'd go back and forth until somebody won.
That would be you.
So the next aspect right here is actually what's your favorite part of the game? Whether it be the music, the style, the gameplay, a specific area. So KJ, we'll start with you. What's your favorite aspect of Paper Mario?
I guess I can't say everything because no. I guess a specific area. I love the second dungeon area. Well, the actual dungeon itself. Because chain chomps and the music, the music itself overall, I love that. Partner system, I get that too. That's about it.
All right, Eleni, what about you?
It's pretty simple for me, actually. My favorite thing about Paper Mario is the fact that it's an RPG. I'm not a huge fan of RPGs, honestly, and yet this one is definitely my favorite. And I mean, Mario RPGs are my favorite, except for Legend of 7 Stars. But whenever they decided to make the third one not an RPG, I was actually kind of sad about it, because that's kind of what I like the most about these games. I mean, I like that I could just go around, explore, find things, equip stuff, play the game. You can play the game over and over and over again, and I personally, you can play the game over and over and over again in so many different ways, simply because you can just completely change it up every time, how you use your badge points, how you attack, what you do. It's really, It makes it fun for me.
That's a good point. For those of you that don't know, Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64 is an RPG, classic turn-based, as is the one for the GameCube, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Super Paper Mario for the Wii does away with the turn-based combat. Everything takes place real time on the overworld map, and there's more of an emphasis on platforming. I think a lot bigger emphasis, and then exploring. You're able to flip the entire world into a 3D plane, and it's a different experience from the usual Paper Mario. I think it still has a lot of the charm, but the fact that it's not an RPG, I know, turned off a lot of people. But it also brought in a different crowd.
I loved both. I loved them all, but I always loved Paper Mario more simply because of it being an RPG. I will never love Super Paper Mario as much just because of that. It really did turn it down for me, but it wasn't. It's a good game as a game. It's a bad Paper Mario game.
You think?
Yeah.
I think the charm that's present in Paper Mario, and actually this will blend right into my favorite aspect, is actually the writing. I think the Mario RPGs overall have excellent writing. They're funny. I think the characters are each, the important characters anyway, I think they're all really thought out, and it's not as deep as, say, Xenogears or
Final Fantasy.
or something like that, but it's very light, it's very humorous. The characters are all fluffy, and I found myself wanting to know more about them, which is a little sad that we don't get a lot of back history on everybody. But the writing, I think, really reached its peak in Super Paper Mario. I absolutely loved Demento and Mimi and Count Bleck.
God.
I really did. I thought they were excellent characters. They were really funny. To be fair, the bosses in all the Paper Mario games are funny, I think.
Besides Huff and Puff, that faggot.
Besides Huff and Puff the faggot, I agree.
Yes, he likes other male Huff and Puffs.
Yeah, he's a jack off, man. Like, seriously, like, I can't even. I could do a whole freaking commentary on how much I hate that faggot.
Okay, let's try not to use hate and faggot in the same sentence.
Hate, faggot, shit, cock, nipples, fucking ass.
Nipples!
Yeah.
Right. Well, wait a second while Eleni unwraps whatever she's unwrapping.
Chocolate! I need chocolate.
Whore.
Oh.
Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. Another thing that we didn't really touch upon, like one of us said earlier, I'm not sure who it was, the game is split up into different regions, and it's all freeform. You can go from one area to the other at any time. Granted, you can't do certain things, which I really liked about the entire game, is that they really made each partner feel useful, if only for a moment. Because honestly, I didn't like using Koops.
He's fun.
No, he was fun, and I liked him using him as like a first advantage. How you can hit an enemy from far away and get the first attack. But other than that, I didn't like the way he looked. He bothered me. The writing for him, he looked like a pansy.
Oh, you look like a pansy.
Don't even start, woman.
Please.
He was lame. But I think he really fit. I think overall he was a cool character. I think that the need for someone pathetic was there, and they fit it with him.
That's why he has that neckerchief.
Yeah. And it really fits that specific role, and I think he does a good job. I just didn't like him as a character overall. I didn't like using him. I didn't like looking at his stupid face. I would much rather have one of the 5 Ninja Turtle Koopas. I thought they were much cooler. I'm probably being too loud. I'm getting a text message.
They were fucking cool.
Yeah. It was a cool little thing. But like I was saying, each of the worlds is themed, and what's really cool is that each world feels a bit bigger than the previous one, and obviously as you progress through the game, challenges get a little bit harder. It really mixes things up with limiting you on how you fight. You can't jump on spiked enemies unless you have the spike jump on enemies badge, whatever it's called. And the strategy was a lot different. That being said, I don't think the game is as deep as, like you said, Final Fantasy, where it would require level grinding or anything. I think the game is very well paced, and I think, honestly, anyone that picks it up can play it. It's not a game that you have to be a hardcore RPG fan to play. As you said, Eleni, you don't even have to be an RPG fan to play this. It's a completely different experience from Mario 64, Mario Kart, every Mario title, period. It's a really unique experience that you can actually enjoy even if you're not playing it. You can watch someone play it, and you can laugh just as hard as they do. Granted, you'll probably rage on them for missing, the jumps, and making the battles go longer. But I think, the story mixed with the writing, mixed with the characters, mixed with the upgrade system, you get the 7 stars. They each have their own ability. Granted, some of them become useless halfway through the game, like the 2nd star, the lullaby one.
Yeah, that's true.
That's practically useless in the late game. And no one used... Oh, L-Star was 20 HP, right? Or was it 5 HP or something?
L-Star does 5 HP and FP.
Right. And then it was Miss Star that does 40 HP.
Yeah, she's my favorite.
Yeah.
Because she's pretty
she looks,
pink.
Yep. She looks like a prostitute.
Oh, well,
awesome.
screw you two. You know
Well,
what? She
like
saved your ass so many times, and you know it. You know she did.
She did. No, she did. She was a cool character. I liked
Muscular was awesome.
What's his name? Scholar. He's the one that gives you Starstorm, right?
No. Yeah. Okay.
The purple star with the pedal stash and glasses.
Yep. Scar.
Mm-hmm. He was cool.
No, dude. Muscular is cool. I'm telling you, he decreases enemies' attack power by 3. You can't even fuck with that. It's so awesome.
Yeah, that was cool too. And it really created a dynamic field to play on. But like I said, Eldstar, I don't even remember her name. That's how useless she was.
Mommer,
or whatever. Those two were useless, like 10 minutes into the game. And then the last star you get, that gives you, what is it?
Calamar, he turns enemies into stars.
It's a stars, that one. The one that misses,
every time.
Blind, yeah.
Every time.
Well, I find that clever, whatever, the one with the book, he's not really all that good. I mean, unless you're doing low-level enemies, because it's supposed to stun them, but half the time it never does.
Right. It's a waste of star power.
Mm-hmm.
Which we also neglected to talk about. This was really poorly planned, Eleni.
Fuck you. It wasn't my fault.
We'll just piece it together. It's not a big deal. The star power is a unique stat in that it increases. Don't remember how it increases, Eleni.
Wait,
Every
what?
time you get a star, it increases.
Oh yeah, it increases by 1, but each one of the stars uses a different amount of star power. Like the first one only used 1 star power, but then Miss Star needed 3 star power. Clever needed 2. I could call it out if I tried to think about it. But anyway, you need a certain amount, so yeah.
Right. And as you freed the star, you got more. But how did you replenish them in battle?
Just by
yeah.
It regenerated by itself over time.
Yeah. You could sleep at an inn and it would replenish it, but otherwise you would just have to wait.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, either way, it's a different system, and that's something that they carried on into the next one too, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it was different how you gathered your star ability because of the audience, and doing trick moves and shit like that would get you more.
Right. Right.
Yeah. They made it better. That's what they did.
Mm-hmm. And we could talk about that in the 1,000-Year Door overview/review, and we'll wrap this up in a minute. But really quick, the overall game, from beginning to end, I don't think it took me too long. I don't think it took me any more than 20 hours. I can't recall specifically, but it's not a terribly difficult game, unless you do it hardcore mode like you did and only have 15 HP, in which you have to abuse saving a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's a standard size. I think it's something that you can pick up and play in a week. Maybe not a weekend, but 2 hours here, 2 hours there. How long do you think it took you, KJ?
My first time when I was a small kid, 40 hours. Yeah.
Dude.
The next time I like played through it all the way through, it was one day, and I was up from like I don't know 11 a.m. to 8 a.m. the next day, just less than 20 hours.
No, that's hardcore. What
Yeah.
about you, Eleni?
First time I played it, I remember exactly actually. The first time I played it, I was really young. I got to the part where you get to Toad Town, but you can't get to the bottom half of it because of the logs in the way. And I looked and looked and looked and looked, and I just gave the fuck up and quit for like a year. And then I came back later, and I don't know how long it took me to beat the game, to be honest with you. It probably took me like I didn't play it religiously, so it probably took me somewhere around like 30-ish hours, simply because I'm not the type of person who just runs through it. It's always been that way with me. I have to battle and kill every single enemy. Like, just every one. I can't leave them behind. It bothers me.
A lot of enemies are going to die.
Yeah, pretty much. But it took me probably like 30 hours. But, I mean, that's me. I'm like a retard when it comes to shit like this.
Well, it's definitely not as deep as Final Fantasy or dare I say Persona, but it's definitely let's keep the
yeah, all right, go.
the lies out of this. It's definitely an experience I think everyone should try. So, who would you recommend it to? Who would you not recommend it to? And we'll go on from there. KJ?
Any Mario fan, first of all. If you played a Mario RPG before, I highly recommend trying this one out if you haven't already. If you've tried out other ones in the Paper Mario series and you've enjoyed it, try the first one if you haven't, like I said. Anyone who's actually into an RPG, them too. I mean, even though it's not like a really hardcore RPG, it's similar to a traditional RPG, so it's worth a look into.
Okay. Laney, what about you?
I wouldn't recommend it to infants, Mexicans, and
Okay, that's racist.
Jesus God. Laney, what about you?
Okay, really, I wouldn't recommend it to infants. I don't think they'd be able to do it. They might eat the controller, but
You've clearly never tried putting a Nintendo 64 airplane controller in your mouth. Those things, I don't care how big your mouth is, you're not fitting anything in.
You could chew on the joystick, please.
Eleni, how about you?
I would recommend it to any and all RPG lovers. Get with it. It's awesome. And if you like Mario, then you like Mario, so you're gonna like this. Duh. I don't know. KJ kind of went over them all, but yeah. Elderly. Oh, don't touch this game. You're gonna cry. What's wrong with you? You're old. Get the hell away from the TV.
What?
Go back to your freaking old folks' home where you belong. Jesus, old people.
Eleni, how much?
Okay, so apart from the age discrimination on both sides, yeah, I agree. I think, first off, I definitely recommend it to any Mario fan. It's oozing with Mario goodness. The same charm that you'll find in Super Mario 64, any of the Mario spin-off titles, you'll find here, just in a different presentation. I would recommend it to newer RPG fans. It's very easy to pick up and play. There's not a lot of stats behind it. You know, you're not doing hardcore calculations, you know, resistances, weaknesses. I mean, they technically exist in the game, but, you know, you don't have like 50 billion types to worry about. It's very simple. It's very kid-friendly, but it's also very enjoyable. Yeah,
Not old people friendly.
You had your turn, Lainey, to insult as many people as possible. Yeah, I would also recommend it to any RPG player. Just know that going in, you're not going to spend hours and hours, you know, doing random battles, trying to make the perfect character. You know, there's only so much that you can do, but it's enjoyable, you know, from when you pick it up until when you turn it off and you watch the credits, other way around. It's an enjoyable title. It's available for the Nintendo 64 and also on the Virtual Console. There's for the Wii. There's currently 3 titles in the series, with a 4th one coming for the 3DS, hopefully very soon, because this one looks extremely interesting. And really, that's it. It's an excellent title. I think it's something that everyone who owns a Nintendo 64 or Wii, or claims to be a Mario fan, or an RPG fan, or a humor fan, or a fan of anything amazing,
or a living being,
Yeah.
as long as you aren't above the age of 60 or below the age of 5, you should be able to enjoy it.
5?
To
Nick,
everyone
what
here.
you talking about? 5? Below the age of 10. Screw them. All of them.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. I think we're going to need to censor you.
Beep, 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 beep.
That'll be available.
3 seconds.
Yep. This will be available in the post-show, which will probably just be a separate clip. And, to wrap it up, that was your group overview review / racial putdowns from KJHG53, Velvet Lightning, and IceCatraz. And we'll see you next time when we review... What are we doing next time,
We're going to
guys?
review black people, yeah.
Oh, my God.
You don't get to pick the subject next time.
Oh, God.
Please let me review black people. Oh, my God.
Likely,
watch on YouTube.
Mario Kart 7, or actually any title. So, we'll figure it out. So, until then, goodbye.
Peace, niggas.
Oh, God.
AJ, say bye.
Bye.
Bye.